a very good slide, and this is a slide that is probably one of the most important that you're going to see within our presentation today, okay? These are the principles for governance, all right? 1, the board represents the owners. 2, the board speaks with one voice. And 3, a board should define goals, policies, and rules, then delegate to management. So, the most important thing that I want everybody to take away from this slide right here is number 2. The board speaks in one voice. And we get this a lot. Welcome to the world of virtual social media. How many of you go online and want to fire back on Nextdoor? How many of you have a community Facebook page that are operated as the administrator by the board of directors?
And everybody wants to get involved when somebody says something that you know is inappropriate or incorrect.
So, here's what I will say to this. We appreciate you, boards of directors, that want to defend your association and defend your actions and your hard work. Absolutely. We are going to lovingly suggest that you don't engage with any communication online. If you do have a Facebook page, if you do have a social media page, that's fine to have it be run by somebody in the community, just not a board member. Let it be something that the homeowners run. So that way, when they communicate back and forth and talk about things that they don't have privileged knowledge for, you don't have to get involved because that's not your responsibility. A lot of times what trips people up is homeowners think they have an idea of what's happening and they have the best of intentions. They do their own deductive reasoning, but they're missing the executive items that aren't released to the association because maybe there's some protected information that can't be released yet. So then they formulate their own idea, they formulate their own conclusion, then they take it to social media and it's not at all what happened. And that's how quickly that goes out of control. If you have somebody that wants to know why things are happening, ask them to come to a board meeting. Ask them to run for the board. If you've got somebody that is dying to know the details, God love you, I'd love you to join us.
Well, the reality of it is this is back to the statement is very clear. The board must speak with one voice. And what that really means is within the board meeting, within that sanctum, if you want to call it that, you guys can argue just, to the nines. Everybody go to your corner and go at it. But once there's a vote, once there is a decision made, then everybody goes, okay, that's what we're going to say and that's what we're going to do. And going out to the constituents and going, stupid board just voted on this and I voted against it. I thought it was crazy. You've now stepped over a boundary. You've now gone into an area that you really have no business going to, and it's dangerous to you.
Breached your duty of loyalty in that one. And those have serious repercussions because, again, you don't have to agree together, but you do need to be unified in the front. In fact, I was actually talking to a homeowner that was just talking to me about a town hall meeting that they just recently had. And they were talking about how one of the homeowners was asking why homeowners, by the association, wasn't involved in every single one of the votes of the boards of directors. And that they felt that they should be entitled to a vote. Well, they are. I just encourage you to see it differently. You homeowners, your right to vote happens every time that there's an election or happens every time there is a meeting with an action attached to it. That's your right. Vote for the right people to get in that seat. But here's the thing. Ownership, you vote for the boards of directors. The boards of directors, it's their responsibility to make the best decisions for the entire association on your behalf. So that way you can continue your full-time job, your family life. A lot of board members give up a lot of their time and energy, sometimes with little to no reward. It's a very thankless job. So what we're trying to do is we are really trying to change the paradigm and allow this to be something that you enjoy, something that your homeowners are proud of. We want that apathetic approach of people not coming to the annual meeting, not because they don't want to volunteer or because they don't want to be involved in the drama, but because they know that you've got it. as if we haven't talked about enough things. Here are some additional, I love this, rejuvenate the board. How many of you are laughing right now when you see rejuvenate the board? Yeah, but this is exactly what we were just talking about. All right, so using policies, rules, and regulations, here's what's really great about the rules and regs. So we were talking about resolutions are things that the boards of directors can adopt within their own rights and responsibilities. An amendment is an amendment either to the bylaws or the declaration, and there is an amendment provision that you would have to follow that sometimes is 2/3,
Right.
sometimes half, sometimes supermajority, whatever your declaration says, you do have to follow that amendment process. But with resolutions, the board has the ability to do that. We already talked about sending that out to everybody. But the other thing that there is are the rules and regs for the architectural or the initial use restrictions. Now those ones get a little bit more funky as we're going to talk about, but both of those are very good actions for your property management company.
Yes.
If you are the board of directors that everybody on there is full-time, you got 3 new kids at the house, hey, I love my association and I've got like maybe 1 hour a month that I can give you.
Yeah.
Okay, these are where rules and regs and resolutions are great. A good property management company is going to ask you to have as many policies as possible because, one, that shows the association that you have a unified front. You are being transparent and you're communicating decisions, okay? Secondly, that alleviates a lot of correspondence that you guys have with us back and forth. Well, hey Chet, it looks like this person's over $800. Do you want me sending them to the attorney? Or what? We've sent like 2 collection letters, so what do you like? Maybe, kind of, sort of.
Yeah, no, if you've got the guidelines, the answer is they don't have to ask, they can just do it.
That is correct. Resolutions empower you to give your property management the ability to enforce actions that you put within those resolutions. Now, resolutions, just like bylaws, do not need to be recorded. However, best business practice and a Melissa Rogers recommendation is I definitely suggest all of your resolutions should be on file with your attorney of record and with your management company. Obviously your management company, but primarily with your attorney of record. And the reason why I say that is, for some associations, they have board turnover like it's nobody's business. What if you have an overthrow the government coup, if you will, and you have a whole new set of board members and they don't know that there are resolutions? Maybe you guys were getting ready to adopt them and you hadn't quite mailed them out to the association yet. Give an opportunity for people to be able to find your business actions.